Okay, so welcome on in to a Marvel and DC animation ranking. Um, I'm going to be talking about, I'm going to be talking about more than 25 titles because three of them are being considered as one, and so I had to add three on top of that number. So in last place, I'm going to put in 25th place, I'm going to put um, the Doctor Strange animated movie. Um, it was a pretty, well, as the title would suggest, it was kind of a strange telling of Doctor Strange's story. And um, I think that I ended up seeing the MCU version before this, and I like the MCU version more. So I know technically by multiverse that's also in the MCU, but you know. And then for this next one is Batman DC Comics Supervillains in 24th place, Catwoman. Um, there's only 3 episodes on this one, which makes it feel shorter than a couple of these other compilations, because I think the other two have 4 episodes each. Uh, so it's actually fairly close in runtime, actually, but this one feels shorter because it only has 3 episodes compared to the 4 the other ones have, I think. So, but um, it's from Batman the Animated Series, so I kind of feel bad putting it this low because Batman the Animated Series is goated. But yeah. In 23rd place, we have Scooby Doo Meets Batman, the original one where the Batsuit looks more or less modeled after Adam West, and Burt Ward for the Robin suit there. This one this is also available on Scooby Doo and Batman the Brave and the Bold. But yeah, I like the story on this one's pretty good. Obviously since it's Scooby Doo meeting Batman's DC, so that's why this isn't in a Scooby Doo ranking, but a DC ranking. So there you go. And let's see. 24, 23. Okay, so in 22nd place is the Superman Supervillains Bizarro, and Batman and Supervillains Killer Croc is in 21st place. This Killer Croc one's only a minute shorter than Catwoman clocking in at 65 minutes versus Catwoman 66. And then the Bizarro one's 59 minutes. So it is so Catwoman is the longest of the bunch, but it feels like the shortest of the bunch. Because like I said, I think Bizarro gets 3, I guess. But I think Killer Croc had four episodes on this. Trying to see if it says in the description here. I'm not finding it. Anyway, it just feels shorter for the Catwoman one. And then in 20th place is all 3 volumes of my X-Men the Animated Series. I have volumes 1, 2, and 4. I haven't been able to find 3 or 5 yet, but I want to try and get the rest of the series. I have seen the entire series, but I have not been able to collect the whole thing. So yeah. Anyway, moving on. That's in 20th place for the entire series, not just those 3 volumes of it, or seasons, or whatever you want to call it. In 19th place, we have Scooby-Doo and Batman the Brave and the Bold. Batman the Brave and the Bold is my second favorite Batman show, behind naturally the Batman the Animated Series, which I haven't even seen all of. And I've seen the majority of Batman the Brave and the Bold, but I still like the animated series better, even though I haven't seen the whole thing. I don't think this one features Kevin Conroy as Batman, and he's just such an iconic and good Batman voice, so that's probably why. Moving on, we have Batman and Mr. Freeze Sub-Zero. I know this one has Batman Beyond the movie as well, but we'll talk about that one later on in the list. So let's see, 25, 24, 23, 22, 20, 19. So in 18th place, we have Batman and Mr. Freeze Sub-Zero. None of these movies really do anything like unforgivably dumb or that I don't particularly care for. I just when ranking animated superhero stories, it's a bit harder for me than ranking the live action for some reason. But in 18th place, we have Batman Sub-Zero, as I'm gonna refer to it now, because that's what the Blu-ray calls it. In 17th place, we have Batman Mystery of the Batwoman. It should be Mystery of the Batwomen, because spoiler alert, there ends up being 3 of them. This one also ties into the Batman the Animated Series continuity. So Kevin Conroy. I don't think Joker is in this one. He is not. Okay. Anyway, really good story. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought they handled the character of Batwoman better than the Arrowverse did, at least for season 2. In season 1, they nailed Batwoman herself. Her alter ego, not so much. But we're not going to get into that because, yeah. Moving on. We have Deathstroke, Knights and Dragons, the movie. And this is a very solid DC animation movie. I think it would be super funny if they were to make a live action Deathstroke movie and get Ryan Reynolds to play him. The reason I think that would be so funny is because Deathstroke is the original version of Deadpool, but Deadpool is obviously much more popular. So I think it would be funny to see a live action Ryan Reynolds Deathstroke and maybe even have him like make quips or something about Deadpool. I think that'd be hilarious. So let's see. In 15th place, I didn't think to write this out at all. I just kind of threw these in an order that in order of enjoyment. Anyway, in 15th place, we have Scooby-Doo and Crypto the Superdog 2. You can see it doesn't say Crypto the Superdog, but I specified this because there's a type of currency supposedly called crypto that I think it does make sense to me personally. I don't understand cryptocurrency, but anyway. And we have 4 episodes, 4 more Batman the Animated Series episodes. These ones are under the monicum Batman and Friends. And the Joker is in this is in the description for this. 4 thrilling episodes, 89 minutes. Okay, maybe those collections did have 3 apiece. Anyway, not important. This is 14th place. In 13th place, we have Constantine, City of Demons, the movie. And this features the voice of Matt Ryan as Constantine. If that name sounds familiar to you, you've probably seen the Arrowverse Constantine, because he is the live-action Constantine in that show. And he's voiced Constantine in DC animation ever since. So, yeah. There's another Constantine animated movie that I'm wanting to try and get, but I don't even remember what it's called. I think it's like House of Mystery or something. But yeah, let me know in the comments section if it's Constantine House of Mysteries, because that sounds like something he would be involved with. Anyway, in 13th place we have Batman the movie, or Batman Beyond the movie, plus 4 exciting bonus series episodes. So that's fun. I think my favorite non-Bruce Wayne Batman, which, I mean, there's only technically 2 to pick from, or 3 if you count the vampire one in Gods and Monsters. Anyway, my favorite non-Bruce Wayne Batman is Terry McGinnis. I didn't really, I mean, the Flashpoint Batman being Thomas Wayne is an interesting take, but it's not as believable as Bruce Wayne or someone taking up the mantle like Terry McGinnis does, and he does a good job as that. So that's 14th place. I'm actually gonna mix these ones up a little bit because I have seen the entire series for The Batman, but not recently. So I'm gonna, yeah, I'll just leave it like this because I think it's one of the shows that got better as it went along. So in, I believe, 12th place. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13. So yeah, in 12th place we have The Batman Season 1. And it was off to a pretty good start, actually. So I like the costume design in this series. I don't like how the Joker looks, or Bane for that matter. The Joker's hair just looks bizarre to me. And why the heck is Bane red? That doesn't make any sense. Like, his skin is red when he's using his Venom muscle enhancer stuff. Then in 11th place we have The Batman Season 2. And these are fairly short seasons. They're about 13 episodes each, I think. Yes, they are. So, I don't remember Poison Ivy being in this. Looks like I need to rewatch the whole series. But anyways, what was I saying? I believe this 10, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. No. So 10. Yeah. In 10th place, we have season 3 of The Batman. And like I said, I feel like this show got better as it went on. However, in 9th place, I'm going to put season 5 because season 4 seemed to kind of hit a roadblock for a couple episodes, I believe. So, but Superman appears in season 5. The Batman / Superman story, parts 1 and 2. I'm realizing how little of the show I actually remember. Anyway, moving on. So that's 8th and 9th place, I think. 6, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. So in 7th place, we have Batman Beyond: Return of the Joker, and the twist ending or twist reveal in the end of this movie had me quite surprised. I didn't put it together until they officially revealed it, but then I was like, oh yeah, looking back, that totally makes sense actually. So I found out the same time that Terry McGinnis found out who the new Joker was. Um, but it's still voiced by Mark Hamill, and Kevin Conroy is the voice of Bruce Wayne in this. And Will Friedle, I think that's the voice of Terry McGinnis. I could be wrong. Um, in sixth place, we have Justice League Doom, and this one also features Kevin Conroy as Batman, and I think Michael Rosenbaum voices Lex Luthor in this, which is really cool because Michael Rosenbaum in Smallville physically appeared as Lex Luthor and did a remarkable job. Um, and basically, the premise of this movie is Batman has contingency plans to eliminate the Justice League members in case they ever go evil someday. And needless to say, Batman doesn't trust anyone except maybe Alfred. But yeah, so he comes up with plans to be able to kill all, or at least subdue all the Justice Leaguers. And when they find out what he did, they're kind of like, okay, so how did you plan on not having this happen to us? Like, what are the antidotes, dude? And yeah, good movie. All the while they have to try and fight Vandal Savage and the Legion of Doom, which I think would make a really cool animated series, honestly. Speaking of an animated series, in fifth place we have Harley Quinn season 1. I like this version of Harley Quinn. It's definitely not for kids. Definitely not for kids. But very violent, swears a lot. But yeah, it's a really interesting kind of Margot Robbie-esque take on the character, which Margot Robbie is my favorite of the two most recent live action Harley Quinns. I specify live action or most recent because we technically hear Harley Quinn in the Arrowverse as well as way back in Birds of Prey, the TV show. You hear I think in that she actually also appears as Harleen Quinzel before she went banana balls. And then in fourth place we have Batman Gotham by Gaslight. And basically this is Batman versus Jack the Ripper, I think. Jack the Ripper. Yeah. And there's also a really good twist in this one. If you haven't seen this particular movie, I don't want to spoil this twist like I did like I almost did the Return of the Joker thing, but it's a very good twist. Yeah. In third place, we have Green Lantern First Flight, and I think this movie came out the same year as Ryan Reynolds' Green Lantern, and like that movie, it did a Hal Jordan origin story, but I think this one did it better. Obviously, a lot of people don't like the or full on despise the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern movie. Even Ryan Reynolds hates it. So, I'm glad the animated version is better than the Ryan Reynolds one. Even though I personally kind of liked the Ryan Reynolds version a little bit. I know you're probably going to start roasting me in the comments for that, but anyway. Our runner-up is Green Lantern Emerald Knights. This is a collection of um, Green Lantern tales. Again, paying more attention prominently to Hal Jordan, but also some of the other Green Lanterns as well. And it is not Hal Jordan's origin story, but I think a couple of the other Green Lantern characters do have their origin story in this, if I'm not mistaken. But the best of the bunch in first place for this ranking subsection is Green Lantern Beware My Power, where Hal Jordan ended up being the villain in the story, and John Stewart got the much needed spotlight. John Stewart is my favorite of the human Green Lanterns. I don't know a whole lot about Guy Gardner, so I can't. So I'm mainly just comparing him to Hal Jordan. But I deeply enjoyed Green Lantern Beware My Power. It had a very good story to it, and I got the fancy Steelbook version, 4K Blu-ray Steelbook. But yeah, so that is my ranking of some animated Marvel and DC properties. I'll do another one of these videos tomorrow or the next day, because these are shorter, quicker rankings that I can do that don't take all day, or an hour or so, because I've done, I think, one or two rankings that have lasted an hour or longer. But anyways, these titles are just a starting point for my superhero animation rankings. The only three animated superhero stories that I have seen that I'm not going to be including here are Into the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse, and Big Hero 6. The reason being, on one hand, Across the Spider-Verse would easily be in first place for whatever it stacked up against, because it was able to defeat Spider-Man No Way Home after after a year and a half in first place with all my Spider-Verse and Marvel rankings. It was finally dethroned, or it was, I'm not going to say finally dethroned, but it was eventually dethroned by Across the Spider-Verse, which means I have high hopes for Beyond the Spider-Verse. But just because of how biased I am towards those three particular movies, I might try ranking them against each other in just a 3-title ranking, but I definitely wouldn't incorporate them into a 25-ish movie ranking here. I say 25-ish because this one has 3 entries being considered as one item, with the X-Men animated series stuff, which lasted as long as the Batman did, because like the Batman, X-Men the animated series had 5 seasons. However, technically season 6 is Disney Plus's X-Men 97. So it technically has now surpassed the Batman in number of seasons. But anyway, that is it for this video, and I hope you enjoy my videos and continue checking in, and that you like, comment, and subscribe on this and my other videos that I've made, and I'll catch you in the next video. Have a great night.